Yeah, we
Okay.
know.
It's recording. Too late. I should have had it.
Hello,
Sorry.
my name is John Hodgson. I will show you my audience for the persuasive video. And here we have my friend Bob,
Hi.
and we have my friend Jim, and we have my friend Mario. These people have given me their time, and I thank them for showing up to have an audience for this video. Hello, my name is John Hodgson, and I'm here to give you a persuasive argument for the existence of human hybrid grays and their existence here on Earth, basically. Okay, now, to begin with, Bashar, and through this channel, through Daryl Anka, through Bashar Communications, and the evidence that I'm going to show you, part of it is independently from a Bashar handout called Mechanics of Channeling, and the other independent evidence that I have is this Polaroid that I've taken through my invention that I created. The picture that you see was done about 4 years ago, and it shows interesting structures of a purple sphere in a lighter, different color, a violet type color of a half sphere. When I took this art photo, I was just experimenting with the hat and the crystals to see what I would see. So I took this photo, never understood what it actually I had photographed. Now, to illuminate and have better clarity of the image, I enhanced all the colors equally and did not alter or rearrange the colors within the photo itself, so you can clearly illustrate the half purple sphere and the larger complete purple, darker purple sphere. The darker purple sphere is the mind field. The half sphere is the bias field of the positive and the negative. Now I'll show you the actual handout, which I discovered, what I'll show you is the Polaroid of an original art photo of myself that was taken 20 years ago. It's just curiosity. I enjoy looking for new things. Now this photo shows a lot of unstructured colors, but you will not see the same fields that are structured in this image. And this was taken as a control for this demonstration. Now, the Mechanics of Channeling handout through Bashar shows how human hybrids communicate with the abducted humans. It is through a process of what they call telepathy, which is when you resonate with another person, you can actually pick up their thoughts and emotions through resonance. You will see the same structures in that original art photo that I took independently of the same bias field and the same physical mind field. This to me shows independent circumstantial evidence of human grace, hybrid human existence. Now for myself, when I was between the ages of 8 to 12, I had experienced a lot of transposition of time, and I experienced a lot of loss of time. What would happen is my mom would say, go out and play, and as kids that were very young, we'd just run out the door and we would run around the city of Eugene, Oregon. And during that time, I would be at the corner of the intersection of the street, and then I would be at a different corner of a different intersection within Eugene, Oregon. I'd be at a different place, and I would lose 4 hours of time. And that happened very often, but as children, you live in the moment, so you go, oh, I don't know what happened, I don't care. Let's go home, let's do this. So I would just write it off for a long, long time. Now, I had thought that actually had stopped because I didn't remember losing transposition of position and missing time. But I have a new CPAP machine, and when I sleep at night, a machine's hooked up to me, and it assists me in breathing, so I sleep well. Now, you'll notice that the monitored amount of time is 2 hours. Yet, what I remember was that it was originally, I slept for 6 hours. I usually mark the time that I sleep, mark the time that I wake up. I do this to monitor my sleeping habits. And I noticed that, I'm missing 4 hours of sleep again. I'm missing 4 hours again. What's up with this? And it did not happen all the time. As you will note that another day, I would get my 6 hours of sleep. I'd be monitored for 6 hours. The machine would monitor me for 6 hours. I would not have the missing amount of time. I found this to be unexpected. I was like, what's going on? So this is still happening to me. Now, unfortunately, the other medical evidence that I have is an X-ray showing what the doctor described as precancerous growth, but it's over 10 years ago, and in Florida, medical records are destroyed. So when I attempted to retrieve those records, they are no longer in existence. Unfortunately, I cannot present that evidence, but the doctor remarked that I had a precancerous growth, an unusual growth in my lungs, which is probably an alien implant, but I don't have the X-ray show, unfortunately. Now, the sciences that Bashar described, one of them was the universe is slightly biased positive. And what he described was that there's a negative and there's a positive. There's a neutral boundary between the two. So the effect of negativity is less strength than the positivity effect because of the neutral barrier. So that's why we exist in a slightly positive universe. This is an illustration of the physics that Bashar has described that our sciences have not caught up to yet. So, to conclude, the image that I showed you of the Polaroid is independent of the Bashar Communications Mechanics of Channeling handout. Now, the evidence needs to be verified. You have double-blind studies to do this. I do not have the means to do so, unfortunately. But one day, we will be proven again that yes, indeed, we can actually photograph the human consciousness fields. Now, I hope in conclusion that the evidence that I have presented will persuade you to illustrate the existence of grace, the transposition of time that I've experienced, and the transposition of time that you've seen on the monitoring of the CPAP machine illustrates that, yes, indeed, these things exist. Thank you for your time.